been over 10 years since this happened, but this story sticks out so far in my mind. It was when I was still in the institution. I did 20 years inside. I got out on good behavior. My husband, not so much. This side is really smart. Catch up. We ain't got but 8 minutes. Y'all gonna have to catch up. I did 20 years inside. I got out on good behavior. My husband, not so much. No applause needed. I got out good. I don't know what's going on with him. He might be on home monitor. I don't know what's going on. But I can remember like it was yesterday because I was that mom that stayed home for the first 2 years while the kids were small. I breastfed all 3 of my kids for a year, and my husband on first Tuesdays. It's the artist's life. The immune system needs building. And so I used to volunteer in their classrooms when they finally started school. And I can remember like it was yesterday, I was volunteering. And the parents just knew me as the mother of these 3 kids. They didn't really know. You know, some of them weren't into comedy or theater, so they had never seen me perform. And so I used to volunteer in the classroom. I used to help out a lot. And let's just say my kids were in the lower building of their school. They were some of the brownest kids in the building. And but it was a very inclusive and diverse school. And I remember when they had a fundraiser and they said to me, well, we hear you're a stand-up. Can you host the silent auction? And in my mind, I was like, I don't think they really want this. I really don't think they want this. But since y'all being bold, AF, I'm gonna give you what you're looking for, okay? So I'm hosting a silent auction, everything is going well, and then afterwards I do a quick set, and the set I thought was a great set. I'm doing the bits and I'm having fun. And it was interesting to me because, like I said, the school was very inclusive, but all the fundraising events were very homogenous, okay? No disrespect for the people that look like me, but we just wasn't really showing up for a lot of the fundraising stuff. And back then, they didn't have a word like BIPOC. I always thought BIPOC was Tupac's cousin, but that's not the point. It's not the point. It's a very BIPOC school. But at this fundraiser, it was very homogenous, and you would have thought that this was like Friends School or Cathedral or, you know, Sidwell Friend. You know, you would have thought it was one of those schools, but really it was mad black people at this school, okay? When I say mad, it means a lot. So I'm at the fundraiser, and I'm having a good set, and I'm having fun, and I'm talking about some stuff that happened in real time. I have 3 children. Now they're 20, 18, and 15. And I like telling that in front of white folks because y'all don't know how old we are. Y'all just have no clue. At some point, somebody's gonna go, oh my God, you have a 20-year-old? You look amazing. And I'm gonna say this is reparations because we're not getting a check for none of this country that we built. But I digress. And so we're in the show and we're doing the thing and it's a fundraiser and I'm doing bits. And I'm talking about this one kid in my daughter's class. Now I fixed his name so that they wouldn't know who he was. But it was kind of obvious. And so I'm doing this whole bit about how some kids are assholes. I know. And I'm like, it's not even their fault because they're genetically predisposed to the other assholes who was raising them. So I'm telling them how this one kid in my daughter's class who had a benign name, and I'm not pointing fingers, but I don't know where these names come from, but it was like Cooper, Connor, Sawyer. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It was one of those names. Sawyer's mom had convinced him that he was amazing. You're amazing, Sawyer. You're a rock star. You're a superstar kid. You're awesome. You're gonna be the next president. You know why? Because you're amazing, you're smart, you're awesome. Sawyer was an asshole. Sawyer was a straight up and down asshole. Let me tell you, let me qualify that. I'm not being mean. You know you've met those asshole kids. You've seen them in Target, rolling in the floor. I don't want that, I this asshole. You don't want to call him an asshole because he's 5, but he's an asshole. And his mother is increasing his assholism. You get up, you rock star. You get out of that floor. Get out of that floor, you awesome kid. I'm like, he is not an awesome kid. Sawyer is an asshole. So I'm doing the bit, and the teachers are cracking up. The teachers are rolling in the floor. The teachers are loving it. The parents, not so much. So I get to the end and I go, you know, guys, this whole thing called school, especially public school, and yes, it's an IB school, it's a great school, but it's a social experiment. And so you guys should just take advantage of all of this beautiful, inclusive diversiveness here in this building and allow your kids to know some other kinds of kids. Thank God for that school. My son has already gone to 2 bar mitzvahs. My daughter's been to a bat mitzvah. I love all of the experiences, but it was at the end of the show where it got really funky. So I'm done. I've just called these people kids assholes. I'm feeling real good about my life right now. And so a parent says, Meshelle, we're having a little cocktail at my restaurant. You know, my husband owns a restaurant. I'm like, of course your husband owns a goddamn restaurant. Of course. So we go to the restaurant, and we're standing there, and some of the parents are like not looking at me. You ever been in, they're like looking past me, like here she comes, like, God damn it, she came, and they're looking past me. And I'm walking in because I'm for all of this. I love all this stuff. I got my notes out. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I'm for all of this. I'm taking mad notes. That means a lot, and I'm going to be getting into all of it. And then here she comes. Here she comes. We'll say her name is Amanda. She walks over to me, and she's already thrown back a couple of white wines. It's about to be a whole lot of fun. And she says, she starts with the hair. And every time the hair gets started, I know it's about to be festive. I can't wait. Because black women don't mess their hair up. We want our hair to stay exactly where it was. But not Amanda. She's running through the hair. She's running through the goddamn hair. And I'm like, yes, bring it in, bring it in. You were amazing. You were so amazing. And, and inside, I'm dying, right? I'm loving it. She leans in and she does what black women don't particularly like. She hops in my box. We have an invisible box. You don't know it's there, but we know it's there. She's all in my box and she's tipsy. She's got the hair going. She goes, you know what? I don't want to be a racist. My dad's a racist. My mom's a racist. And I don't want to raise racist kids. And I'm like, keep going. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Come on in. And then she starts the drunk white girl crying. No, it was beautiful. I don't know what to do. Like, my dad is a raging racist. Now, I've never met a raging racist, but it sounds pretty dangerous, like there's some yeehaw going on. She goes, and then this is when I become the resident intellectual on all things race. In that moment, by the bar with Amanda. What can I do to not have racist kids? What can I do? And when you do this, that means there should be like some mechanism or like a strategy, like there should be like a blueprint for how not to raise a racist ass kid. And in my heart, I knew that I should have said something very conscious and inclusive. I should have. But it was comedy gold. I want to say this to you because I've met your daughter. Now, my daughters and son all have very, very intentional names. My oldest daughter is Michaela Hadaya Ayodele. My youngest daughter is Saimira Adama Nafia. My son is Mosiah Sekou Samuel. And the drunk white woman tried to say my daughter's name. It's beautiful. I've seen your daughter. She's so beautiful. She's like her skin is like so beautiful. And I try to get that dark. I just can't. I've tried. And she's so smart. You ever just want to smack somebody just so they can just stop? But it was too good, sir. It was just too good. Because when you say that a black person is smart, we don't know whether we're taking it as a compliment or like, oh, you're one of those. And her name's I know it. I saw it on the board. Your daughter's name is Smear. It's Smear, and she looks constipated, so I help her. I said, it's Chimera. She goes, I want to raise a kid that can play with your kid. And I said, sounds like a great idea. First thing you might want to do is every chance you get, call out microaggressive behavior. Every chance you get. Sounds like a great idea. Like how? I said, God damn. Are we really going to do this? So then I'm going ape. I'm saying stupid stuff. I'm like, first of all, you need to know what edges are. Pass it down to the people on the left. They don't know what the hell edges are. Edges are what white folks call baby hairs. We call them edges. Know what edges are. Also, if you have a friend who has lovingly adopted a child of color, a BIPOC, please make sure you find a hair salon for BIPOC people. Stop letting that baby walk around with that crunchy ass hair and you're like, I love her, but she looks like, please go help her. And the last thing I told her was, the reality is that you're already winning because you care. And because you care, you're not gonna raise racist kids. And every time you get an opportunity and you're around that raging racist father of yours and that scary racist sister of yours, just let them know that in 12th grade, you had sex with 5 black guys. Thank you so much.
Meshelle.